Yo, what's up guys? So we've gotten a crazy amount of 6 stars in this update, so I just thought we should do an update on the 6-star tier list and find out what is the best 6-star in all-star tower defense. But before we do, boys, we're doing something new, guys. We're doing shout outs. So if you guys want a shout out, just comment down below and I will do my best to shout you out in the next video. So big shout out to Yo-Yo Too Big, shout out to MVP and R. What does a shout out even do? Well, this is what it does. Shout out to Game Boy, shout out to First Dynamite, shout out to Beast Plays, and thanks Rosie for the eggs, and shout out to you as well. And guys, if you don't have a star pass already, make sure you guys go to the pinned comment. I will be giving away some star passes, so all you guys have to do is enter in the pinned comment, and make sure you guys hit the subscribe button as well, because we're getting our new code unit soon and you must be subscribed for it to work. And lastly, make sure you guys use star code BLAM. All right, let's hop right into the video. Oh my goodness, guys, I'm sorry, our intros are getting really freaking long. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go, guys. Here is the tier list. We have S plus, so meta infinite. S tier, which is gonna be like meta for raids, let's just say story, you know, like etc, etc. So S plus is the best, so like either for meta, for infinite, and if it's meta for raids or story, it's gonna be here, and then we're gonna go down all the way. We're gonna add a new tier though, the D tier. I don't know what color we're gonna make that. We'll make it we'll just make it this color too. We'll call it the D tier, boys. I just feel like some units are F, some units are D. All right, so here we go, guys. Here's the tier list. Let's get it started. First off, we have Blackbeard. Now Blackbeard is meta for raids as well, but again, guys, Blackbeard is meta for infinite mode. You gotta get Blackbeard, boys. All right, Kaido, oof, he's not like trash, but he's definitely not anything good. I'll show you guys his stats. All right, here's his stats, boys, with the max buff. So we'll compare his final stats again, guys. 40,000 damage. Hey, it's not a lot, but he is hybrid as well, and he's very cheap, man. So he's actually a decent story mode unit, but he does not have an enchant, so that means he's not meta. All right, next up we got Rengoku. All right, now I'm going to give Rengoku slightly above of Kaido. Here we go, guys. All right, so Rengoku stats are definitely not quite as good theoretically, but he does have that burn damage. All right, now he is still decent for challenge 1, not quite meta for challenge 1, so we're going to give him a slight buff, and we'll put him here in the C tier. Actually, no, screw it. We're going to actually give him this one, because I didn't realize Kaido actually, you know, Kaido is like 1/3 the cost, so I'm actually going to give Kaido a little bit better. Honestly, yo, who knows, man? Maybe use Kaido for challenge 1. All right, here we go, guys. Golden Frieza. Now, Golden Frieza did get a buff recently. All right, it's like, what, Supreme Leader? Yeah, final form or something. I don't know. Golden Supreme Leader. Now, he actually did get a buff, guys, and he also got an orb. So his final stats are actually not that bad. He does cost a lot of money now, though. But his final stats aren't too bad at 111k, which is more than Kaido. So we'll give him a C tier now, boys. Dang, they actually did him pretty good. All right. Next up, guys, we have Kirito. Now, Kirito is also a pretty good unit. If we take a look at his stats, he doesn't have an orb yet. Hopefully he does get an orb, but his max stats aren't like too bad. 220,000 for 8 SPA, but his cost is a little ridiculous. So we're going to actually drop him in the C tier as well. Ichigo, as you guys know, is meta for infinite mode. You got to get this guy. But remember, guys, make sure you guys use the Ichigo Dark Orb. Otherwise, he's worthless. All right, guys. Next, we got Jotaro. Now, he's actually a decent time stop unit for story mode. He is very cheap. Compared to the other time stop like Mysterious Gojo, like the super like maskless Gojo or whatever, I don't know. So yeah, next up we have Minato. Now Minato is actually a very good unit. However, he's not really meta for story because his starting stats are just really bad. All right, however, he does have a buff, which means his final stats are actually pretty good. But the problem with him is, look at this, guys, even with the orb max level, he's only doing 2k at the start with the orb, and with a 15 range, that's just not hitting, man. So we're gonna actually have to drop him in the B tier, but his final damage is cracked. Look at this, guys, 274 with the 3 SPA. All right, the 3 SPA is key, and the 51 range is decent, so you give him like Flower Magus, he could be popping off. All right, next up we got Luffy. Luffy's stats are a little bit better than Minato's, and I believe he's also really maybe even like right on the same price, and his range is just crazy as well, but his SPA is a little bit to be desired. So they're pretty similar, actually, but he does hit air as well, so we'll give him the edge. All right, next up we got Giorno. Now Giorno is a time stop unit. He's actually meta for raids as well as story, and story 2 he could be used for. So he's actually a really OP unit. Highly recommended you get him, and he does have an orb as well. All right, next up we got Goku. Yeah, Goku, I'm gonna give Goku like F tier, man. Actually, he does evolve now, so we'll give him some credit because he does evolve into Aqua Goku. Do I not have Aqua Goku on this? Oh my gosh. Let me add Aqua Goku real quick. If I miss any units, guys, feel free to remind me. That's all good. All right, next up, we got this guy. Oh my gosh. Please don't get him, guys. Please do not get this guy. He's really easy to get, but don't get him. Whitebeard. Again, he does have an orb, but it's just not really that worth it to get him, you know? There's no use for him. And he doesn't even evolve anymore because Prime Whitebeard, F in the chat, man's in the Star Pass. So yeah, now we don't know these two guys' stats yet, but I will update the tier list when we do. All right, next up we got, she's decent, but unfortunately you shouldn't get her because there's a tradable version of her that's just better than her. All right, next up we got Gilgamesh, decent for damage farming, but there's better damage farming units out there now. All right, this guy is decent for raise and stuff, but he's been eclipsed. Guts is decent as well, but not really useful anymore at all because of Tengen, so we'll actually drop him down to more like the C tier. I just don't see anybody using him with Tengen. All right, this guy, he's a tradable unit. Don't recommend. Naruto is a decent unit as well, guys. However, he's no longer even close to being meta. So we'll honestly drop him in like the... Well, I'd actually another tier here, actually. What am I doing? Ah, frick. All right, we're going to add another tier real quick. A plus... Oh, wait, A tier, add a row above. All right, we're going to add the A plus tier. All right, because these are units, I feel like there's even more because there's units that are like slightly not meta for infinite, so we'll put those there, but they're definitely like, you could consider them better than these, but it's complicated. All right, next up we got Tokens. Not a great unit, guys. Solid C tier. This guy, honestly, he could kind of be used for story, so maybe B tier. This guy's trash. Ryuk, meta for infinite, guys. I believe he is still meta for elemental mode. Actually, honestly, I don't even know if people run him anymore. A lot of people run Light Yagami, so it's either one should work for elemental mode. All right, next up we got this guy. He's decent. We'll give him solid B tier. I believe you could even use him for story, actually. Sasuke is good as well. Slightly better version of Naruto, but not meta anymore. All right, Mysterious Gojo, very, very good, guys. He's honestly meta for raid 1 too, for raid 4 too. So I definitely say he's actually like one of the better units. Honestly, I'm gonna add another tier, man. S++. We'll call it like meta for a lot. Just S++, just get these. All right, we'll call it that. All right, here we go, guys. We'll call it like the God tier. All right, S+. All right, this guy is definitely there. This guy's definitely there. These guys not as much. So these are like units that you can use for pretty much every game mode, and you really want to get these guys. Actually, this guy isn't even there. That's Blackbeard right now only. All right, next up we got this guy. Don't really recommend. Perona, not as bad as the rest. Asana's all right. EXP, honestly, it's very good for new players, but if you're a pro player, don't get it. Not that great. Big Mom does have an evolution. She's right around Kaido level. Rem, you know, Dio, meta for infinite mode, but not quite meta for everything. All right, next up we got let's go switch it up a little bit. Let's find a newer unit here. Speedwagon, guys, definitely God tier. You must get Speedwagon now. All right. Ooh, honestly, I'm debating on putting it here, but I'm gonna actually leave him here. I don't think he's meta for infinite mode yet. He might be for elemental though. I had Frankie, not really worth it. Demon Side Ultimate, solid A tier, decent unit. Laxus, solid C tier. Luffy, C tier. Oh my gosh, guys, Shave is so bad. Let me show you his stats. Oh my gosh, dude. Razor, I think his name is. In Hunter x Hunter, maybe? Yeah, Razor. All right, look at this, guys. 104k, not bad, right? But guess what, guys? Guess what? Single target, what the flip? Oh my gosh, at least he has a blessing. Oh my goodness. All right, Naofumi. Honestly, I don't really like Naofumi that much. I don't understand why people use him. All right, this guy, honestly, he's actually low-key decent, even though he doesn't have an elemental. This guy's solid. I'd say he's like A tier as well. Ulukora, not the greatest. Old Will, same thing, you know, not really the greatest. Box, Aokiji, honestly, is underrated. We'll give him A tier. This guy's all right. No, but he's actually decent for like early game damage farming. Honestly, Bright Reaper isn't as bad as I thought. We'll give him B tier. Madara, solid A+ tier. I don't think he's used for any strategies anymore, but he was a decent unit. Challenger Rengoku is like a slightly better version of Rengoku. All right, this guy, he's okay. for the new story modes, but not great. This guy, I'd say he's good for story modes, but Tengen just has like the edge. All right. The nice thing about her though is she actually has a different blessing than him, so you can use them for different story modes depending on which one you need. All right, again, we'll say meta for story. This guy, honestly, not the greatest, but we'll give him A tier or B tier. Planner, man, I just don't get him, please. Jiren, though, I don't know why I put Jiren there. Jiren is actually like, people use him for raids. I don't know why, but people are using him for raids, so we'll give him S tier because he's also good for infinite mode as well. All right, Planter, don't really recommend. Uryu, we'll give him meta for raids and story. This guy, Shinji, don't really recommend. Aaron, I believe Aaron is meta for a lot of things now, actually. So we'll give him S tier. All right, Boros, not really recommended. This guy honestly is underrated, but still B tier. All right, Baby Vegu is technically A plus tier. But I really recommend getting Mihawk 6-star instead. I'm going to put Mihawk still in meta for infinite. I'm not sure if that's still true, but he's very, very good. I don't know if people run him still, but he's up there along with Aqua Goku. They're right around the same. Just depends on like who's running the leaderboard as to which one they'll pick. Sailor Moon is low-key decent. I'll give Sailor Moon solid B tier. All right, Kaiba. I don't know if we've seen Kaiba's full power yet. We'll give him A tier. He's very good for damage farming. All right, Hit 6-star. Honestly, low-key pretty good. I'll give him solid A tier. I don't think he's not quite meta for story, but he's still decent. Aizen Boys, same kind of deal. He's decent along with Sailor Moon, so we'll give him B tier. All right, Amelia honestly is underrated. I'll give Amelia A tier. She's like a freeze unit plus Uryu combined, so a little bit less damage than Uryu, but freeze as well. All right, next up we got this guy. He does technically buff range and damage, but it's so little I'm dropping him in the F tier, man. Please don't get this guy. Oh my gosh. All right, this guy honestly is underrated, but he's been eclipsed by other units like Geto, Suguru. I'm gonna put him in meta for infinite. I'm not sure if that's true anymore, but it might be, especially after we got all these new good ground units. All right, this guy's decent, solid B tier. All right, solid B tier for him. I don't like him as much because he does have that grass passive, and you might as well just use Tengen if you need that ground earth path or whatever. This guy does have is decent, but his damage is so low I'm gonna have to drop him in B tier, but he does have freeze, which is cool. This guy is decent as well. I'll put him in like A plus. I don't think he's quite as good as Uryu anymore, but he's decent, especially for that one story mode. But I just say, if you have Tengen, you don't even need him. All right, Megumin is decent, solid A tier, maybe not quite A plus yet. Maiden Servant apparently is really good for the raids. I see a lot of people using them in their raid loadout, so I'm going to give her some credit. She's also very good for event too. All right, this guy's underrated. I'm going to give him A plus tier. I know a lot of people might hate me for this, but like low-key, you guys should use him. He's so cheap for his DPS. Like, he's insanely cheap. Give him the Fire Rage Orb and just don't upgrade him, and he's OP. All right, Oobs. All right, I don't know why we have 5-star Oob. We'll leave 5-star Oob over there. 6-star Oob is a decent unit, guys. Solid A tier. All right, Obito, honestly, guys, is actually a OP, man. So OP. He's meta for God. He's God tier because he's actually meta for raids and story as well. He's very good for those, and he's also OP for infinite mode, OP for damage farm, OP for everything, man. He's probably like the best damaging unit in the game still. All right, Yugi is a decent unit, but I'm gonna give him A tier. Just get Kaiba. I don't know, his ability just doesn't do enough damage. Zero, I believe he's technically meta for infinite, so we'll put him up there. All right, this guy used to be meta for infinite, but not anymore, so we'll give him A plus tier. All right, this guy is another time stop unit, meta for infinite. All right, these guys are all right, but I don't think they're even quite meta yet, but they're decent, but they're ground units only, and we just have way better ground units now that just dropped. All right, this guy's honestly low-key underrated. I'm gonna give him A plus tier. I just don't think he's quite as good as Tengen. All right, Yuta is another ground unit, but I'm actually gonna give Yuta A tier because we now have Beerus, who literally is Yuta on steroids. He's literally a better version of Yuta. Let me show you guys the stats, and we'll put him in meta for infinite. Like, let me show you the stats real quick. This is insane. Like, look at this. So we have Yuta stats right here, Jujutsu Masters. All right, and the next tab we'll have Beerus. All right. All right, look at this guy. So max level stats, max buff. Look at this, 14 million for 10 SBA. 19 million for 10 SBA. All right. This guy is a little bit cheaper as well, but the thing is, you might be, oh wait, but the thing is, this guy's AoE cone is like 2 to 3 times the size of this guy's. So I just don't really recommend using him anymore, especially when you get this guy, and he also has the more range as well. So I just definitely recommend this guy over Yuta. But I mean, you could definitely get either. Plus, this guy also has a blessing too. So it's, I just think he's a better version of Yuta that's going to be used more. So yeah, that's my opinion at least. All right, this guy is meta. What he does is he's OP, bro. Oh my gosh. Was it Fusion God Black or something? God Black Fusion. Dude, this guy is OP, man. Look at this. Look, his stats are good. Like, look at this. Like, the stats are good. Like, you can't complain, especially for a cost of 2.4 million. It's not bad at all. However, what makes this ability OP is this right here, man. It basically makes the enemy's HP down to 50%. This is so meta for every single game mode out there, man. You gotta get this guy. He's literally the best unit. I'd probably say he's the best unit right now that got released this update. All right, Big Mom is also decent as well. All right, now her stats are kind of hard to get. She also has an ability too. I don't know if we know what it does yet. All right, so basically it's like Starboy Requiems. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so it's basically just a Giorno reskin, but her damage is also decent as well. She costs 2.1 million. She has the holy passive. What the heck? That's kind of sus. Anyways, look at this guy's 7 million damage with a 120 range, 5 SPA. So she's actually a very good unit as well. I don't know if she's quite meta for infinite, but we'll give her a solid A+ tier. She's right on the cusp of being meta for infinite. This guy right here's damage is so freaking low. I'm gonna drop him in the F tier, bro. This guy's an F.5. All right, Deku is also another very good unit. I don't know if he's as good as these guys, but I'm gonna put him in meta for infinite because I feel like he might be in the future, or he's gonna be like, he's right up there. All right, this is the 5-star oob. This guy shouldn't be on there. So there you go, guys. There is the 6-star tier list. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below, and I'll catch you all in the next one, guys. Bland Spot out, man. Peace.